So you finally decided to give School Psych AI Sophia a try. You're in the platform, and then you realize you have no idea where to get started. Or maybe you've been using the platform for a while. With all the recent updates and changes, you honestly have no idea where to even begin. Well, whether you're using School Psych AI for the first time or you're a long-time user, you're trying to navigate some of the recent changes, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through how you can get started with School Psych AI. All right, we're going to jump right into it because we have a lot that we're going to cover today. And the most important thing I want to show you is how to begin having a conversation with Sophia. And one of the most important things I want to share with you is that when you come in and you get started with School Psych AI, you're going to begin with conversations. And we call it conversations for a very specific reason. And that's because we want you to have a conversation just like you might have with a colleague, with a trusted friend, or someone that you work with. We want to make sure that you understand that you can have a conversation with Sophia and give her different tasks, give her different things. This is prompting, right? And you can make sure that Sophia can actually help you whatever task that you're doing. So let's go ahead and start navigating the platform. In the left-hand panel, you see that we have a number of different things. The first button that we have is our video resources. We provide our video resources so that you can watch our demos, tutorials, and really learn how to begin using the platform. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, make sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all the updated videos. Now, the next thing that we have once you watch some of the videos and you start to get a feel for it is the conversations feature. When you click conversations, it'll take you to a window pane just like this, what we're in. And this is where if you come down here and it says message Sophia, where you will begin to be able to message and have a conversation, you get it, with Sophia. What I want to show you right away is these are called threads. And each thread, you can think of it like individual conversations that you're having with Sophia. What's really neat about these threads is that within each thread, it retains the history and the information within the threads so that it can stay relevant and on topic to that particular conversation. A really cool tip, and you can see here, I have each of my threads organized by student initials. That means because we're a FERPA compliant platform, that as you organize these threads by student names, this is for a student at your elementary school, this is for a student at your middle school, this is for a student at your high school, and every thread that you have is specific to that student. So now as you're having conversations, it will remember everything as it pertains to that specific student. Now, the other thing that you also have to keep in mind is that for premium users, you can have as many threads as you want. For free users, there is a limit there, and for light users, there's a limit there as well. But name the threads however you want. These are just ideas. Some people name them by students, some people name them by topics, themes, whatever it is, that's totally up to you. Okay, once you're in, you've created a new thread, and I'll show you how to create a new thread. You simply click the new thread button, and we're going to call this AB. All right, this is thread AB. You see it's empty here. It's empty because we have not started a conversation, but we're going to begin by having a very straightforward, very simple conversation with Sophia. And I'm going to say, hey, Sophia, tell me a little bit more about yourself. And I'm going to click that button to submit the response. And in just a few seconds, Sophia is going to give us a response to this prompt. It's important that you prompt Sophia. You can prompt Sophia by giving her a very specific task of what you want her to do. Treat Sophia like your school psych bestie or an intern who wants to please you and do very well. In the prompt that we gave her, tell me more about yourself, we see that Sophia says, I'm a specialized assistant focused on school psych topics, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot. I'll talk to you a little bit more about prompting and some of my favorite prompts here in a bit. But this is one thing that you could do. You also see that we have buttons down here, and these buttons allow you to do very quick things. As an example, we see that this is pretty lengthy. And so what we want to do if we hit that simplify button is we don't need all that information. I just need to know a little bit about yourself. And so then we hit that simplify button, and then it will simplify that text for you. And then it's important that you always double check everything. Read through it, see if it makes sense. If it makes sense, great, keep rocking and rolling. Now, one of my favorite prompts is no yapping. One of the cool features that we have is the save prompts feature. So if you go to save prompts, you just click that button, and then you see I already have one kind of saved here. You can also save them by scrolling. If you come up, if you wanted to say, hey, tell me more about yourself, you could click save. You click save, creating the save prompt. Then you see it saves here for you. You can come in, you can edit it. You can edit it here. You can revise here or delete here. You can come in, you can edit this. If you click edit, you can edit this prompt, click update to save it or cancel that. You can come in, you could delete this as well by clicking it, then you delete that. Now, one of my favorite prompts is no yapping. So let's say that I wanted to add that as a save prompt. And I would just come in, type in that favorite prompt, click add prompt, and now one of my favorite prompts is right here. And yes, no yapping, hands down, one of my absolute favorite prompts. Okay, now we've gone over how to start a new thread, how to begin having a conversation with Sophia. We went over how to save prompts. I want to show you how you can upload documents and then how to delete. So if you look down here towards the bottom of your screen, you see that we have a plus button. When you click that plus button, you'll be able to upload different PDFs that you have. As an example, I am going to go into my Finder window, which you might not be able to see, and I'm going to pull up an article. And then once I find that article that I want, I'm going to click upload, and then you can see it's spinning and it's uploading that document. If you look over here in that left-hand panel, you can see that that document has uploaded here. And so now I can come in and I can chat against that document. I can say, hey, give me the 3 most important things from this article. As an example, give me the 3 most important findings from this article. Then I click enter to submit. In a few seconds, it takes anywhere from 30 seconds to about a minute to run. Once it runs, it'll return a response. And I simply said, hey, give me the 3 most important findings from this article that we've attached right here. The really neat thing about this is these are big documents and you can upload pretty decent sized documents. And we see here are the 3 most important findings from this article, this positive psychology article. It says 3 happiness interventions show lasting positive effects. Continued practice mediates long-term benefits, and character strengths show remarkable cross-cultural consistency. Awesome. Now, when I want to get rid of this document, I simply come over to this left-hand panel. I click the X. You see it's deleting that PDF, and then you see it successfully deleted that PDF, and then it goes away. Once it goes away, you could click this X here, then it takes you back to the regular window pane. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper into what Sophia can actually do by having a conversation with her. I'm going to paste in the prompt, and here I'm telling Sophia to describe educational implications for a student with reading comprehension below the average range. And the student struggles with sustaining attention during tasks. Then provide 3 evidence-based interventions to support a student who is struggling with reading fluency and comprehension. So it's going to take a few seconds. For most conversations, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for Sophia to generate a response. So just let Sophia run, let her do her thing, and she'll return that response back for you. All right. And now we see that Sophia has given us a very detailed, comprehensive response. It gives us 3 evidence-based interventions: reciprocal teaching, attention monitoring during reading, then technology enhanced repeated reading. Repeated reading is one of the interventions that I often would recommend. And so what you could do from here, you could say create a table through one of the quick buttons, or you might come in and just paste that in. Say, great, now put this in a combined table that's easy to understand. You click submit, and then what Sophia will do, will take this previous response and then put it inside of an easy to read table format for us. All right, and in just a few seconds, Sophia has returned a response. interventions for students with reading comprehension and attention difficulties. It gives the intervention, the description, implementation, materials needed, progress monitoring, and frequency. And so it gave us a really detailed table that we have, along with educational implications, which is really neat. So double check it, read through it, make sure that it fits your needs. Take what you like, leave the rest. All right, let's take this to the next level. Now we're going to say, I want to share this with a parent. Write this in a parent-friendly letter and be sure to include strategies for the student at home. Because it's a letter that we're writing to the parent, we want to be able to put it in language that's parent-friendly, but we also want strategies that are relevant to the student within the home context. It doesn't make sense to give recommendations or strategies that are school-related or church-related or some other environment. Instead, what we want to do is to make sure that the strategies are relevant to the student at home. And so now it's given us supporting your child's reading journey. Dear parent, I'm writing to share some information about reading challenges similar to what your child is experiencing. Then it goes on, read that, understanding the challenges. Your child is experiencing difficulties in two connected areas, reading comprehension and attention during reading. And then it goes through strategies to try at home. These are really good as I'm scanning through it. Reading detective, technology supported reading, break it down method, then making it work for your family, which is pretty cool here. And we see that is in this letter format. Here's where it gets really cool and what we're able to do. So we also have over 50 plus tools designed for different tasks to help you in your work. One of the things that you can do is you can go to tools. You can see that you can filter by role. We have tools for school psychs, social workers, BCBAs, SLPs, special education teachers, school nurses. We even have early access tools. I'll show you that in a moment. But what I want to go to is our email generator. So I'm going to go where I can search all tools and I'm going to start typing email, and you see the email generator tool pops up. When you click it, it pops up inside that conversation, which is really cool. We're going to pick a response, and you see this is within this thread, and it has all of these different responses, and it allows you to pick the one that you want. So we're going to pick the most recent one, and then I click submit. Once I click submit, it's going to generate a response, and it's going to take this response here that we just got back from Sophia, and it's going to put it inside of an email template that we could then copy, paste, which is really cool. Okay, it gave us a subject, supporting your child's reading development, practical home strategies. Dear parent, gives us key strategies for home support, implementation tips, and then a nice closing. Your signature, you can copy this, paste it directly in your preferred email platform, paste it in your preferred doc, whatever that might be, edit it. Then when you're ready to send, you can hit send. But why stop there? We could take it to the next level. We have built up our tools where you can chain these tools back to back to back and really run any of the tools that we have to help you in your workflow. So now let's say you have this really neat email, but let's say that you work in an area to where students might have parents or family members who speak a different language. But now we can pull in our translator tool. We're going to pick the most recent response, just like we did, and then we'll select that target language. And we want to translate from English to Spanish, and then click submit. Now, disclaimer, make sure that you double, triple check everything. Number one. Number two, if you're translating the Spanish, you better be able to speak Spanish or whatever that preferred language is, or have someone who can translate for you before you send it out. Understood? Cool. Now, double, triple check everything like we just said. For whatever reason, you're going to do this and you don't have those things that I just mentioned. What you can do, you can go back to the translator tool and pick this response and go from Spanish back to English and see how it does. If it keeps the translation pretty good, then you can just scroll up a little bit, copy that, and paste it wherever you like. But this is just a really cool use case of how you can use different tools to fit within your workflow. Now, what I want to show you are some of our early access tools. If you see on the left hand panel, I click tools and we have a button that says early access tools. You're going to click that button, and right now, we see we still have one of the rows selected, so we're going to click that so it deselects, and now we're going to click early access tools. And these are new tools that are technically still in beta, but we want you to have access, and we're still collecting feedback on it. We're gonna click, let's see, which one do we want to do? We're gonna select the report writer individual assessment, and you see it gives you can do, if you want to manually input scores or type them, or if you have a score report, you can switch the file, then you can select choose file. You might not be able to see it in your background, but on my end, I have my Finder window open and I am uploading score report that I have. Once you've uploaded that score report, you're going to go to the drop down, select the assessment, find that assessment, and then hit generate. Now this, where the other tools and conversations takes anywhere from 35 seconds to about 45 seconds, this will take anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes, because we are running a very complex extraction on the back end, taking out those scores, extracting some of the data, and then we're putting everything back together in a nice format that will allow you to copy and paste directly from our platform into your preferred platform. So we'll let this run for a few seconds, then we'll come back and take a look. All right, and so that took about 1.5 minutes, and in that time we see that we get a test purpose and description. We get a nice table that has the name of the test, the areas, the description, the score, and then the interpretation. Double check everything. Once you go through the table, it gives you a narrative for each section. You see the GIA, each of the different clusters within the WJ. Double check everything as you read through. What's really cool about this is it gets you a good 85% of the way there. You can hit that copy button and then paste in your preferred template or platform, wash, rinse, and repeat. So as you can see, it's really straightforward, very simple to get started using the School Psych AI platform. I encourage you to be an explorer in everything that you're doing. But if you need a little bit of help, a little bit of support, don't worry. Me, my team, we're here to support you. You can go to the bottom right hand corner, click this dark purple circle bookmark looking thing. You click that, and then this is where help and support comes in. Send us a message and we'll be able to help you. If you want to get rid of this, click down and we'll take care of you right away. We pride ourselves on customer service. Other than that, get into the platform, be an explorer, and let us know how you're using it. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you like this video, and until next time, take care everyone.